Hi Carmen, this is Kat and thank you for your order again. So let's look into that dental sterilization assistant job, right? And let's see if that's permanent. I'm so happy for you. So let's do this law of attraction, and if you don't get answers, I mean we should. It's going to be clearly, you know, kind of you're asking yes or no question. My question is, how long will I be there? Is your permanent job? So I have to pick one, but let's kind of like look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the job itself and how it relates to you. Okay, so that will be November 25th 1974. Okay, so let's focus into this. Carmen Santiago, holy smoke, you're having things jumping at you. Carmen wow, this is really good. Carmen Santiago, November 25th 1974. Carmen Santiago, November 25th 1974. Carmen Santiago. I'm just looking these always upright. This is really good. You love this job, don't you? You really, really do. Okay, Carmen Santiago, November 25th. Okay, and then you got 2. So generally for job situation, I always look kind of pentacles. I kind of look how pentacles and pentacles relate to money and to our daily life, right? But also, like, I mean, if major arcana is coming out, and what kind of major arcana kind of comes out, and it kind of gives me the quality of issues that you're going through. But you also have emotions and you have fire, because look at this, you have the cups, right? You have pentacles, you have wands, and you have swords. Like literally this is covering all the bases, meaning like you can actually really grow in this. So now you're getting like in this position that what you truly desire, you're getting this world, and like arguably this is the best card to get, because look at this, he's putting the last puzzle, right? Look at this. And even though I would say that you still don't know where this last puzzle fits, you see, it's kind of like the picture is completed, he's putting it here in the corner. But look at that, it's kind of glorification, it's celebration, a building new life, feeling this kind of like rainbow coming through. This certainly is a card of fulfillment in this category, and you will be very soon faced with a series of favorable circumstances that will actually really make this a really desirable job, and it's going to really fulfill your hopes and aspirations. It's asking of you to be helpful probably came out because it's a Freudian slip, but hopeful. Like try to be a yes man over here, right? And yes man means not being an idiot or ass kisser, and pardon my language, but sort of like opening up yourself to always learn, to always be helpful, that you kind of like get this kind of like generosity. But I see to some extent you already are doing that, right? So the second one here, the card came, and this is like in your category of your own values, of your own kind of like identity, right? And here we actually do have this basically King of Swords, or the Professor, as you can see, kind of like somebody with glasses. So I don't know if you have somebody at your work who is a single man, maybe a widower, maybe somebody separated, right? Somebody very strict, somebody who really kind of like needs and demands obedience to rules and laws. So this is telling me that you kind of like it is falling into your own values, identity, and maybe this is your personality. But this is telling me that you have to be really, really careful not to start up controversies with anybody. And again, it's kind of like gluing it together. Instead, like literally life is weird. Sometimes we focus on things, and sometimes a sort of get a tunnel vision, and it's just like certain things starts to bother me so much, and then when I explode, or finally something kind of comes out of my system, all of a sudden looks like, why was this a problem? So this is warning me to tell you, look, you really have to figure this one out, because you might literally get edgy or something like that that's going to be really taken against you. So be very careful about this. So now this is falling in your house of false desires. So be very careful if somebody is, first of all, younger or blonde. Your collaborators, generally this card is great, right? It talks about people will help you bring kind of like things forward, but your work environment, your collaborators are not what they seem to be. They seem to be very nice, but they kind of like have their own agenda. So be especially careful for somebody who appears to be very friendly. Be friendly back, but sort of professionally friendly, by keeping them sort of like on a distance, because this is the very person who might actually push you down. And so that is like something to really look for it. And it's kind of like really easy situation to get sucked into it, because they appear to be so open and welcoming. So now this is falling into your path to fulfillment, and kind of like strategies how to get there. You're getting amazing things. So by you actually, I don't know if you're extroverted, but this is definitely asking you to kind of be extroverted. It's asking you to kind of like have this confidence and professionalism and friendliness, and must be is being sincere and reliable. Kind of like you did, like both of these cards are telling me now that you have to exploit the sense of logic and common sense, because you're gifted, and this is going to move you closer to your dreams. So just like kind of stick to the rules, be professionally friendly, meaning like, I mean, just be even careful with the lunches and everything with people. Do it on occasion so it doesn't look like you're kind of like pushing them out. But I would not open up too much about your own life, because the very first card means that you already have a world and there is a new step. It's a new stage. This kind of means world, like job well done. Now you're being rewarded. It's going to the next step, right? And here it's even furthermore, like you're also getting, like, look at these two queens in a row. And these are like, I mean, two power shakers queens. One is like a very emotional, I don't know, you probably are a mother when this is coming out, or maybe this entire job is presenting, well, this is kind of basically delivery of a new baby. So yay, kind of like a good thing, right? So this is telling me about who you are. You're wise and honest, kind and friendly, and eventually this is what you're going to have as a kind of like nurturing role in there. And this is by not choosing sides, because it's telling me that maybe people that's Safi, the people that you may choose are the people who maybe are like going toward the same position or something, so they will be undermining your efforts. This also means delivery of something new. So this to me foretells this is a really great job. It's kind of like going to be something that you're going to welcome. It's kind of new ideas, kind of new projects. So now, interestingly enough, kind of like this is falling into what is arriving in response to basically all these ideas. So you have the devil, and then you have a knave of pentacles. So see, obviously it's going to be processes, thought, but devil is talking about the contrast. So be careful, because the devil came right above this person. You know, sometimes you tell to coworkers something, don't even think that you're sharing good things with them, and then they run with this. People are just really weirdly wired these days, because even the nicest thing can be misinterpreted. I mean, I know it on my channel. I can have the reading where I can get accolades from 90% of people, but there'll be 2 of them who will be attacking me. So that's what I'm talking about. This is kind of like that duality, right? So this is also asking you to actually get rid of negativity, any negativity. So make a list, take a piece of the paper, or write on one side, write what you don't desire. on the other side, what you do desire. Very important. Two different sides. One, you're first starting with what you don't desire, because devil talks about you need to see the light. You kind of need to understand that this job is actually really, really good for you. You're kind of like really waking up to something else. So really this is going to be helping you to understand certain things and maybe certain duality about yourself, right? And it is really important because you actually are moving into this basically student. And so be open to instruction, to intellectual work, right? Obviously, if you have somebody with dark eyes and hair, it's going to be a really important person for you. And be very cautious. This is not asking you to move very fast. This is asking you, you're fire. This is fire. This is probably showing up who you are, but it's saying adjust this to add some emotion, but not fake emotion, but sort of like keep people at arm's length. And just move really slowly, kind of like set this plan. When you write things up, what you don't want, and then you write up what you want, just compare this don't and do, because sometimes we are running in two different directions. And use few things to start moving forward, to start moving in the smaller steps forward. Okay, so you have two majors over here. So let me just see the clarifiers. In fact, I really want to see this devil, and I want to see this one here as well. Okay, so the devil. Yeah, this is interesting. So you're a person who probably, okay, so how to put this, you probably take a lot, probably people beat you down a lot, and maybe you don't even feel confident in who you are and where you're going. You're almost like feeling kind of buried down there. So this is asking for this new vision. But look what is really important here. I don't know, can you see it? You see, this is you. You kind of need to lift off, to kind of start feeling the blood is circulating through you. That will be the Queen of Wands. This is who you are. And look, he's going through this kind of like new renaissance, opening up to the higher kind of like thing. I don't know if you can see, these are kind of like wings, just like the devil has wings. So this is going from dark to light. Kind of like try to stretch your arms literally and breathe in this kind of whole air, because you have to start looking up, because this guy is looking down. So this is saying, you know, that, what is this saying? Soul coagula, something constrained, right? So no, this is quite the opposite. This is an expansion. This is kind of moving forward, even though the devil also kind of has been an angel at one point, and also has this kind of motion of kind of like there will be some kind of thunder and things. And this is fighting your own urges. You literally have to reprogram yourself, almost like give yourself an acting job. If you're acting in this position and you have to be you, but you modify to work for basically this job, what would be the best kind of role you would write for yourself? You see, this is kind of like where I'm going with this, because this is asking of you to actually find who you are. This is new vision. And like for the time being, almost like do nothing, just kind of like keep observing, keep writing your own list, do kind of like lots of internal work, because this is asking you to look at things from all the sides and kind of like start getting up, start kind of slowly moving. This is going to get you a lots of mental activity, so it is going to be processing very, very far. This also can tell me that possibly you have a lack of confidence. And look at this. This talks about suppression. That person who looks kind of really friendly will be the person who will try to kind of like wall you in. Maybe if a person starts telling you, oh, this is what's happening at its work, you know, like watch this one, watch that one, they are trying to box you in. If you allow this to happen, look at this. This person has a whole bunch of cords pulling them down from all the sides, right? This is too hard. Somebody would almost like make this job and that situation look hard, and they might even come across as like, I really want to help you, this is actually the person you have to worry the most. Not so much that they're like mean person. They maybe are not. In fact, they might be actually a really nice person. You have to understand that what works for some people doesn't work for everybody, and this definitely doesn't work for you. So this guy or a person who kind of could be a little bit kind of colder and facts only, in fact would be actually a good trajectory for you to kind of go forward and get into the studious mood. This is kind of like that apprentice and kind of like moving forward and moving in a completely new direction with new vision. So I really hope this is helping you. So the question again, let's go back to it. How long will you be there? It looks like a very long time, but you have to kind of like beat your own demons in this position. Your demons are not doing a sloppy job, but literally kind of like being positive, being helpful, and giving a birth to a new you, because this is a new phase. Remember, after pregnancy, the child comes out. So this is your new phase. Of course, it can be a long time there. So you actually are learning some kind of soft skills. None of these things here came as, oh, you have to, learn more profession. Well, sort of like this one, kind of like be open up to new things, kind of like this is going to be new vision, right? But he's also saying kind of follow the rules to a T. Really important, even if they call you like, kind of like pain in the butt, but kind of do it with kind of friendliness, and that's going to win you unbelievable reputation. So Carmen, again, I hope this helped, and I wish you all the best, and yeah, give me your feedback. Love you.